And how you got there is not Lisa's fault, it's yours.
Yes, ma'am.
These are all your actions. All you had to do was say, you know what, my heart may be breaking. I'm not gonna cry if you don't want to cry. Court is calling 2025 CR 0000470 State versus Abel Martinez III. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Todd Coronado.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? All right, Mr. Martinez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with theft of property, $2,500 or more, $2,500 with 2 or more convictions. And the state is proceeding on the repeater count. If they're able to prove the repeater count, your range of punishment will be anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, you are to agree that you've been previously convicted of 1 or more felonies for purposes of enhancement. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There is a $2,000 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Home Depot. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? To the enhancement, how do you plead? True or not true? State any evidence.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we have to approve the agreement. Mr. Martinez is looking forward to fulfilling his obligations on probation.
All right, when you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive for marijuana, ma'am.
And what else?
That's it.
Here's the thing. I will send you to go get tested. And let me just tell you right now, if you're not being honest with me, I'm going to send you to get tested. And if it comes back with something other than marijuana, you're going to be going into custody and going into treatment. So you don't want to stick with the only marijuana thing?
I don't know if it'll come out positive for heroin.
All right, so why don't you be honest with me? I'm just trying to help
No,
you.
but it's medication.
Mhm.
But, yes,
All right, other than these theft cases, do you have anything in your history?
no, man,
Any violence?
no, no, nobody.
All right, and what are these tattoos all about?
Um, just
Tell the truth, shame the devil. Who are they for?
the ones on my arms used to be gang tattoos, but everything else after that is like just regular tattoos.
Okay. And are you active?
No, ma'am. I just thought that behind like 10 years ago, everything my whole life. Just that I messed up. I hadn't been in trouble in like going on 10 years.
All right, are you employed at all?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Remodeling.
All right, and do you have any children?
Yes, but they're all older.
What does older mean? Are they adults?
Yes.
Who do you live with?
Um, with my mom.
Everybody lives with their mom. You know,
My,
mom is tired of having grown children live with them.
my mom and my dad are already impaired. I have an apartment, but I'm renting it out to my sister.
So your
my-
sister's paying you money?
Huh?
Your
Well,
sister?
no, she's paying the lease, cause I
Mhm.
wanna go move in with my mom and my dad, cause they're already old.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe your sister should live with them because I don't allow anybody to be home health care providers while they're on probation out of my court.
I'm not a provider, I just take out the trash, bring in the mail, clean the yard and stuff like that. I'm not no kind of provider, nothing, I have a job.
All right. Court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 6 years, $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want a referral to felony drug court. There's to be a TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations and counsel. If TAP evaluation recommends inpatient treatment, you can come back to the court and we'll have a discussion about it.
Ma'am,
There's to be no contact with Home Depot. That means any Home Depot. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. 120 sober meetings in 120 days. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, tests for levels. And what I will do, the community service hours, I'm gonna order CATS 1 and 2 theft course. And once he completes that, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am, I just had a question.
Sure.
So I'm self-employed, I look for my own work, so from time to time, it might be like 3, 4 days, maybe even a week, 2 weeks at the most.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me ask you this. When you get employment to work in people's homes, do you tell them about your past?
So I work for these cops that already know my past, like they do, how do you say,
Oh, you work for police officers,
yeah,
okay.
they already know my past, but like, I've been away from everything for a couple of years already, at least 7, 8 years. So like, I do all their renovations, they invest in money into homes.
And you know what, let's do this. Let's stop talking about what you're doing with police officers because, you know, all right. All right, and we're gonna do a gang evaluation. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're at a crossroads in your life. And in many ways, if you continue to use, it's not gonna go well for you. Somebody may end up identifying your body on the side of the road or in a field somewhere. I'll remember your face because I remember everybody who comes before me because people are people to me and not numbers. Or either what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna spend the rest of your life in prison. And I always tell people this, you know what, at the Bear County Jail and at the prison, hypothetically, if they say this prison legally is only allowed to have 500 people in it, you know what's going to end up happening? They'll squeeze 500 people more in there if they need it. They're not gonna say, oh, we can't have 10 people in one cell because it's against the rules. They're gonna be like, sorry, yeah. And as I tell everybody, nobody's gonna start, well, there may be a few people who will protest about the way inmates are crowded into a cell. But you know what, normally what people in the public say? They shouldn't have been stealing. Well, they killed somebody, nobody cares. You understand? So you're gonna have to change your life. If you need something, ask for probation. If you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. All right, good luck to you. You are.
Big excuse, Your Honor.
Yes.
Sir.
Well, he'll need to speak to probation. So have you received all discovery?
I have, yes.
Okay. And state, were you able to tender an offer?
No, Your Honor.
Well, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
we rejected it.
We're.
Okay. Ms. Ferguson, can you set this in 30 days for a plea deadline date, please? All right, we're gonna come back on April 17th. At that time, you need to let me know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, your next setting is gonna be a trial setting, and the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had 7 settings today, so I got here as fast as I could.
So we are numbered, we're the low.
No, you are not. You know what it was, is I was running back and forth between 2 courts, and in both courts, we were just waiting for the prisoner to be transported up. Paperwork ready, everything. So I thought it would be faster. That was just today. I have a discovery acknowledgement.
All right, thank
We
you.
need to reset for a plea just in a couple of weeks or so, but he has no bond on this case, Judge. I'm not on his other cases. He's requesting a bond. I know you had FTA'd him at one point, which is why there is no bond on his case, but
All right, file a motion. I'll hear it.
all right. Look, if we could get a 2-week reset, because I think we have a deal.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, 2-week reset.
Gotcha.
All right, we can bring you back on March 18th.
March 18th. Okay, so we'll take care of it then.
All right, that will be your plea deadline date.
Definitely, Judge.
Good afternoon. How's it going?
How are you?
You guys are usually in trial somewhere.
I don't know. I thought we were gonna be today too, and we're 290th, but it's snuck by.
All right, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I think that we have everything on this case,
Okay.
but there is a new case out there that, I believe just got picked up this like a
Yes.
couple of weeks ago, or
Okay.
if not even a week ago or so.
Is it a drug case or something else?
It's not, it's an unlawful carrying allegedly, and we're just asking for a little bit of time on our side just to, and I know they don't have discovery on that yet, but
Is it a misdemeanor or is it a?
it's gonna be a
felony?
felony,
Felony?
and it's gonna be probably,
Okay. How much time are you guys asking for?
I mean, I could send an email off, and I mean, I think they have everything they need, and I don't think anything else was found, so I think it just at least 2 to 3 weeks, Judge.
All right. Do you want to put it at the end of the month or you just want a 30-day reset?
We can get a 30-day reset.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8184, 2025 CR 008, I'm sorry, 002664W, 2025 002663W, State versus Rodney Patterson Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Quick opinion for the state of Texas.
Andrew K.
Yes.
Hicks for the defense.
And are you Rodney Patterson?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, did you receive all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. In the cause numbers ending in the letter W, did you review the document entitled Waiver of Indictment Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes,
did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each of those cases, you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in the case and make the decision to indict or hold you over for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that your attorney has certain rights? Namely, he has the right to have the passage of 2 entire days after he's presented with the information and 10 days to prepare for trial. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I sure did.
Did you understand by entering into plea bargain agreements in each of those cause numbers, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into plea bargain agreements in each of those cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. In each of those cause numbers, did you review the felony information with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, do you waive the reading of the informations?
We do, Your Honor.
State in each of those cause numbers, are you proceeding on the information as presented? And the cause number ending in 8184, did you review the indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State in that cause number, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Sure. Any objection to the waiver of the enhancement?
No objection on the waiver of the enhancement, Judge.
All right. And cause number ending in 84, you're charged with the offense of evading arrest, detention with a vehicle. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number ending in 64W, you're charged with assault family household member with a previous conviction. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number ending in 63W, you're charged with the offense of violation of a protective order, assault stalking. And that's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. And each of the cause numbers, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering these plea bargain agreements, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in each of the cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter these pleas?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promise you anything other than the
No,
pleas?
ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each of the cause numbers, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to your plea bargain agreement, in each cause number, your punishment is be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There are no applications for probation in either cause number. The cause numbers are to run concurrently. The state will take in consideration county court cause number 679179, AL 2110534, 2024 PF 29005, 2024 PF 29004. And in the case numbers ending in W, there's an affirmative finding of family violence and there's to be no contact with the complainant. And those cause numbers, did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
And that you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent. Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreements in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement in each cause number?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement? In each cause number, did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None, Judge.
Then in cause number 2023 CR 8184, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
And cause number 2025 CR 0026664W, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
And cause number 2025 CR 0026663W, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
We have no objections to any of the amendments.
All right. In all of the cases, did you review the waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. In each cause number, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty in each cause number. All right, counsel, if we do a PSI, it will be about 8 weeks, or if you want, if there are witnesses you would like to have here on his behalf, what we can do is I can reset it without a PSI. I'll ask the state to give me any type of criminal history, and then you can call whatever witnesses you wish to call, or it will be 8 weeks.
Okay, well, so when would we have when would we have this hearing, Judge?
How much time would you be asking for?
Would you mind if I just confer with my client, just
Sure.
right over here really quick?
Sure, no problem. Let me just give it to you. Thank you.
Judge, after confirm with my client, may we go ahead and proceed with sentencing today?
All right, do you wish to waive PSI?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then we'll proceed with sentencing today. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. So, yeah, there was a laundry list, as I'm sure you saw in front of you, of charges. All of these stem with essentially one complaining witness, the ex-girlfriend of Mr. Patterson. Mr. Patterson dated Ms. Nelson, the complaining witness in this matter, for 4 years. He loved her very, very much. They didn't have any kids together, but he does have kids from a prior marriage. His kids are 5 and 7. Now, obviously, this has been dragging on for about 2 years. The first incident occurred in 2022. The latest occurred in December of 2024. So this has already caused my client 2 years. It's been something that he regrets. It is something that he understands what's happened. And I think he's kind of learned his lesson on this. I mean, not every relationship is worth trying to save, especially to the extent that he went. So he's going to definitely have some time. If the court ends up following the cap of 8 years, he'll have a lot of time to think about it. But we put before the court a little bit of, we'd ask for a little leniency on this. Mr. Patterson would ask for 4 years on this matter. Even with 4 years, it's going to give him a lot of time to reflect, a lot of time to reconsider. Something the court should probably also take into consideration. If his kids are 5 and 7 years old, they are 5 and 7.
Yes.
Okay, 5 and 7. He would like to be able to still at least try to get back into their lives in some manner or form while they are still children before they become teenagers. He also works in quarries, works with heavy machinery, very physically demanding job. As such, he's 35 years old. I can tell you, someone who's going to be turning 50 here in just a couple of years myself, my body's going shot. He's only got the clock's ticking on his ability to be able to put in hard labor, get himself possibly a pension or a retirement. So, Judge, again, we would just ask the court 4 years. It would definitely be, justice would definitely be served here. And I think that he's ready to move on and put everything past his life while he gets everything together and his thoughts together in TVCJ.
All right, state.
Sir, I want to point out to the court that the defendant's criminal history, he had prior charges and 2 convictions for criminal trespass in 2007, an assault on an injury married case in 2010, a case from 2022 involving the same victim that's involved in all 7 of these cases, Your Honor, an injured elderly charge in 2011. And given the nature of all of these violent crimes, Your Honor, all of the same victims spanning almost 3 years that she's been traumatized by this defendant, they would ask that Your Honor sentence him to the full 8 years.
All right, anything you wish to say?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may proceed.
I would just like the opportunity to try and get these 4 years if possible, to get out there to my kids. I am active in their life. I do pay child support, you know, and they want me home as soon as possible. And I understand the nature of the crimes, and I do take full responsibility for them. I can't take back the pain that I've caused. You know, I can only learn and move forward and rebuild myself. And I just want to be out there with my kids as soon as possible. Be the father that I know that I can be for them.
All right, so explain to me, what do you don't understand when somebody doesn't want you anymore? Because it appears that she doesn't want you anymore, and you were not getting that message.
Correct.
So why not? You're not a child, you know, you're not a teenager, you're in your 30s. So what don't you understand when somebody doesn't want you anymore?
It's a hard lesson I should have learned.
No, I mean, I understand it's a hard lesson, and you know, maybe you'll learn it, maybe you won't. But I'm trying to figure out, why did it take you coming here for you to learn or say that you're going to learn? Your children that you have, boys, girls?
My 5-year-old's a girl, my 7-year-old's a girl.
All right, so how would you feel if your girl got involved with somebody and then she's like, this is not working out? And it appears that you may have been violent, at least that's what these are. These are violent offenses. And she doesn't have any children with this person, right? And they don't have any property together. They're not tied together other than he won't leave her alone. How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you were doing.
Yes, ma'am.
The complainant in this case is just like, I'm done. There's no going back. I don't want to be with you. And instead of you taking care of your children, you continue to harass her. So when you're telling me that you just want to get out and take care of your children, that's what you should have been doing instead of harassing this lady. So my question for you is, when you were harassing her, what time of the day did this occur?
It's usually when I get out of work.
All right, so instead of you getting off of work and going to see your children and be with your children that you say you care a lot for, you're just harassing her. And then running for the police after you're harassing her. Do you know how terrifying that would have been for her to see you popping up when she knows the relationship is over? She's already told you it's over, and you're just harassing her. And now you're asking me for mercy, which I'm fine with people asking me for mercy. Did she ask you for mercy? Did she say, would you please just leave me alone? And you didn't pay any attention to that. Were you one of those people who, hey, if I can't have you, nobody else can? Or I'm going to make you love me? Is that who you were? I mean, that's either yes or no. If you think you were that person, then yes. If you don't think you're that person who were harassing somebody and wouldn't leave them alone, then
Yes, ma'am.
that's who you are. So who were you? And if you don't think you're that person, that's fine.
Who was that person?
So why wouldn't you leave her alone? You don't have any children, so it's not the matter that, oh, I'm harassing her because I want to take care of my children. So children are off the table. Did you all have any property together?
Car and house.
Oh, is that in your name?
No, the car, yeah, it's in both of our names.
Mhm. And I'm sure she said, here, take the car, just leave me alone. And you're like, no, I don't want to leave you alone. I want to be with you and I'm not going to let you go. Well, I can tell you what's going to happen. I'm sympathetic to your plight, but for whatever time they make you do at the prison, that's when she'll have her peace and quiet from you. Don't write her, don't call her. She don't want you anymore. You understand? And anytime you think that you want to call her and harass her, think about this, that somebody could end up doing the same thing for your daughter. And I know you don't want that. All right, so, and cause number 2025 CR 002-663W. Court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 8 years, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. This will run concurrent with DC 2023 CR 8184, 2025 CR 002-664W. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 6799179. AL 2110534, 2024 PF 29005, 2024 PF 29004. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with Lisa Nelson. And the cause number 2023 CR 8184, the court is finding you guilty. Court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2024. Is this correct? That's in this. I don't think this paperwork is correct. Just 1 second. All right, this says concurrent with 2024 PF 29003.
Your Honor, I believe that's gonna be the cause numbers that were listed in Odyssey before the waiver numbers came.
All right, and then AL 216024. And then in cause number 2025 CR 002-664W, the court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of family violence. This is be concurrent with DC 223 CR 8184, 225 CR 002-663W. Taking consideration County Court Cause number 6799179, AL 2110534, 2024 PF 29005, 2024 PF 29004, and there's to be no contact with Lisa Nelson. Did you review the documents entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because these are felony convictions and because there was an affirmative finding in family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. When you go to prison, you need to start thinking about how you got there. And how you got there is not Lisa's fault, it's yours.
Yes, ma'am.
These are all your actions. All you had to do was say, you know what, my heart may be breaking. I'm not gonna cry. If you don't want to cry, or if you don't want to cry in public, you just go to your house and cry. But you don't start stalking people and following them around. That's the number one way to make people truly not love you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Just as a quick housekeeping matter, I know we're not on the record there, but he said credit for all time served. He did about 30 days in Burnett County, which is where he got picked up on this one. So,
Just make sure that the clerks have the proper time and they'll put it in.
okay, sounds great, Judge.
All right.
Thank you.
And do y'all have your, the cases that were taken in consideration? If you want to make sure you have those counts.
Okay, sounds good, Judge. Thank you. May we have a seat?
Yes.
Thanks.
Dean Martin was hilarious in it. Roddy McDowell, he's in it. It's awesome.
I like that.
And Yafet Koda is in it. I think that's his name, Yafet Koda, but he's in it. It's fabulous. All right, court is calling 2020 CR 1209 State versus Brandon Rocky Pena. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state defense?
Luis Martinez on behalf of Brandon Rocky Pena.
And are you Brandon Rocky Pena?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the documents entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision, State's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation, and First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? And did you understand it? Are you the same Brandon Rocky Pena who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 1209 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams on July 15, 2021 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violation number 5, Edgar County, Texas, defendant Brandon Rock Pena, defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January 2023, February 2023, March 2023, April 2023.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court would find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? I'm sorry?
No.
You didn't know that? All right, you want to discuss that with
Oh,
him?
no, we discussed, remember I told you she can give you 40 or 50 or whatever she wants, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're on deferred for a first degree, which means your range of punishments from 5 years up to 99 years or life, and a fine up to $10,000. So if the judge revokes you, she doesn't give you time. She can give you as little as 5, she can give you as much as a life. So that's what we discussed before, remember that?
Oh,
Okay, so do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and knowing that, do you still want to plead true in front of the judge and let her decide what happens?
All right. So knowing that I can sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine, you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? All right, court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Those are not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
The state will take consideration a case failure to ID that is cause number 2025 PF 05908.
All right, and defense, what are you requesting?
Hey, Judge, we're requesting the court take notice of the fact that he's been in custody, assess that as a jail sanction, and place him on probation with ISP requirements and kind of a zero tolerance arrangement. That's what we're requesting the court consider.
All right, why are you not reporting?
I went to report it and they sent me to go drug test, and when I went there, the lady can tell me that I have to go back to talk to the probation officer. And they had a lot back and forth, and I couldn't because I had to talk to my brother. So it means it was back and forth.
All right, so I don't understand how that translates in you not reporting for months at a time.
You know, because like one time we had the first time.
No, I mean, you didn't report. The state read the allegations and you didn't report for January 2023. You didn't report for February 2023. You didn't report in March 23. You didn't report in April 2023. And here we are in 2025. So since April 2023, have you reported? So that means you were missing the entire year of 2024. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna find you guilty and I'm going to grant the motion to revoke. Does anyone want to speak to time? State,
Yes, Your Honor, the state's requesting 10 years.
all right, defense, what are you requesting?
And Judge, I don't think this is a 10-year case. Speaking to the court's decision to revoke, Mr. Pena is not out committing violent offenses. He's not assaulting people. He's not robbing people. I don't think that we as a society are safer with him locked up, and I don't think that's a proper use of the limited penitentiary time, space that we have in Texas. Because when we put nonviolent offenders in there, all that we're doing is creating pressure that's going to get violent offenders out earlier. But as the court to take notice of that. I think Mr. Pena could use some cognitive skills. I think he could use some training. I think he could use a chance to kind of figure out how to get from point A to point B in life. I think that's a productive use of the court's supervision resources. So I don't think that revoking him is going to get us where we want to be. That having been said, I know the court right now is inclined to revoke, but I don't think that Mr. Pena, if he's going to be revoked, should do more than 5 years. Don't think that it's warranted proportionally with what we see here in Bear County on a daily basis.
All right. So just one moment. All right, so I understand the defense's argument, but he's charged with possession with intent to deliver, not possession as though he's using. Possession with the intent to deliver means selling. And I'm reviewing the previous stipulations that were in place, and the drug amount wasn't one that was barely over 4 grams.
And Judge, I make no
Mhm.
assertions that's not true. And like I said, the point that I'm trying to make is that this is not a violent offense. And as you can see, Mr. Pena is not terribly sophisticated. I don't think he was particularly good at getting away with what he was doing before, which is how he got caught. And once again, I don't believe that a lengthy prison sentence is warranted by the circumstances.
All right. Because it says in the stipulation that there was a scale for weighing narcotics. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing else. State's Your Honor.
No, Judge, not from the defense.
All right, and probation? Was the $1,500 in restitution paid to Jovan Garcia in 2021 CR 3743? Did you pay any of the restitution?
No, ma'am. None of it.
So you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record. All right, what have you done since you've been on probation? Yes. So did you report to probation?
And I went one time to go see you.
One time.
Yeah, one time.
All right. Did you do the UA hotline where you call in to get drug tested?
Yeah, she sent me there.
Did you do any community service hours? Did you complete your parenting classes? Did he complete parenting?
No, ma'am. There's no record of.
They don't have any record of you completing parenting classes. Did you complete parenting classes? I'm sorry?
Guess not.
No, I mean, either you did or you didn't. You will remember taking parenting classes. Did you take parenting classes? I'm sorry?
Come on.
Then why would you tell me you had taken them if you didn't? All right.
Judge, I would like to point out that he did go to SafeP and completed that.
Okay. All right. And did he complete the outpatient treatment with SafeP?
No, Judge, not the follow-up.
Okay. Court is going to find you guilty, revoke, taking consideration 2025 PF 05908. There's to be restitution of $1,500 to Jovan Garcia, and the court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, you do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. But because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And counsel, I'll request the therapeutic community It doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but if you have any drug issues, then it will help you with that. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Case of limited right of appeal
All right, Norma, they say they're en route.
indicates that the misdemeanor was dismissed. What is it? And he's getting credit for the safety, right?
He didn't successfully complete it. And you know what?
শাড়ি শাড়ি কেন
আমি কি তোরে কিছু দিতে পারি না?
এমনি করে টাকা খরচ করলে টাকা জমাইবা কেমনে?
দূর, একটা শাড়ির আর কতই দাম।
শাড়িটা কিন্তু সুন্দর আছে।
আচ্ছা একটু পরে দেখা না।
আরেকদিন পরবো।
কি কস? পর না, তোরা অনেকদিন শাড়িতে দেখি না। রাবেয়া, রাবেয়া,
খুলতেছি।
ঘুমাইছো?
অনেকক্ষণ আগেই ঘুমাইছে।
বাজার।
মা, এত বাজার কেন আনছো?
না এত বাজার কই? ঘরে একটা নতুন মানুষ আসতেছে না, ওর জন্য খাওয়ান দরকার আছে না?
রাক্ষসের মতো খাইবো তো সবাই, এত বাজার করে লইছো।
আরে না, রাক্ষসের কিছু নাই। যাও বাজারটা রাখো। আমি চিন্তা করছি কি, ধার কর্জ করে হইলেও টাকা পয়সা জমা একটা সেকেন্ড হ্যান্ড মোটরসাইকেল কিনবো।
মোটরসাইকেল কেন?
আরে ভাড়ায় গাড়ি চালায় খুব একটা লাভ হয় না, এদিকে তেলের দাম বাড়তি, তারপরে যে চাকরিটা করি সেখানে তো টাকা পয়সা খুব বেশি দেয় না। ঘরে একটা নতুন মানুষ এসেছে, আমি যদি এই চাকরিটা ছাইরা যদি বাইক রাইড সারাদিন করি তখন কিছু টাকা আসবো, ভালো হইব না?
দেখো যত যাই কও, চাকরির কিন্তু একটা নিশ্চিত ইনকাম আছে, সেটা কমই হোক। চাকরিটা ছেড়ে দেয় কি ঠিক হইব?
তাও ঠিক, কিন্তু এই যে ঘরে একটা নতুন মানুষ এসেছে, একটু নতুন করে চিন্তা করতে হবে না, টাকা পয়সা লাগবে তো।
জানি না, সেটা করো ভাইবে চিন্তা কইরা।
আচ্ছা তুমি অত চিন্তা করো না, এটা তো এখনই কিনতেছি না, টাকা জমাতে তো একটা সময় লাগবে, তাও ধরো 6-7 মাস তো লাগবেই। তারপরে রফিকরে কইছি যে যখন মোটরসাইকেল কিনবো তখন কিছু টাকা ধার দিতে, ও রাজি হয়েছে, মিলাজুলা একটা কিছু হইব। আচ্ছা বাদ দাও, এই
শাড়ি শাড়ি কেন?
আমি কি তোরে কিছু দিতে পারি না?
এমনি করে টাকা খরচ করলে টাকা জমাইবা কেমনে?
দূর, একটা শাড়ির আর কতই দাম।
শাড়িটা কিন্তু সুন্দর আছে।
পছন্দ হয়েছে তো?
হুম।
আচ্ছা একটু পরে দেখা না।
আরেকদিন পরবো।
কি কস? পর না, তোরা অনেকদিন শাড়িতে দেখি না।
শরীরটা ভালো লাগতেছে না।
বেশি খারাপ লাগতেছে?
আরেকদিন পরে দেখা।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তাহলে খাবার দে। ও কি খাইছে? কি রে বাপ, আরে কি মশা রে।
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
Or
morning.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Feels like the morning.
Just one second. Sorry. So we're proceeding on 8074 and 8068.
With all the MCRs?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, court is calling 2021 CR 8068 and 2021 CR 8074 State versus April Ramirez and April May Gomez. I'm sorry, Gonzalez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason, your hand, Your Honor.
Defense?
Matt Stohansky on these two cases for Ms. Ramirez Gonzalez.
All right. And are you Miss April May Gonzalez
Yes,
and also Miss April Ramirez?
yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, did you review the motion to revoke community supervision and First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
In 2021 CR 8068, are you the same April May Gonzalez who was placed on community supervision for the offense of tampering with a government record on December 10th, 2021 for a term of 10 years? And are you the same April May Gonzalez who's placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 8074 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on December 10th, 2021 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the same allegation in each motion?
Yes, Your Honor. We have some other cases that I'm not reviewing on,
Those are my cases, Your Honor.
those are his cases. There's some indicted cases hanging out there. We can't get everything put together. We don't mind doing a deal, but we'd like to do a global deal. What we're asking is for a little time so the state can figure out what they're doing with the cases. They can't even find their victims.
I can open it up a little bit if you don't.
Sure.
If you don't mind, Judge.
Yes.
Hunter Morris was down here for that particular reason. He
Mhm.
came down this morning and one of the cases is tied up in PIC division. And so they're deciding whether they go or not. We are sort of, criminal trial has their cases packaged up and we actually possibly have a deal on those. However, that case, they said that they cannot do anything on because they don't have the named victims at this particular point. That's where I think Mr. Stolhansky was going at. But I mean, that's where we're at. The alleged MTR does allege technicals. I'll just let the court know that we would be proceeding on the technicals at this point, other than the one case that we do have that we are also possibly going to plea on, or rather defenses.
All right, so.
And Your Honor, Eric Hernandez from Ms. Gonzalez. I can confirm what Judge Garahan just said in my conversations with Hunter. Two of the cases that are out there that have not been, that are at large, I believe, are with an ADA Nicole. And then the other, we have been working on that one that might get wrapped up into this, but we're just asking for some time to not piecemeal this solution.
This has been reset since 2023. We're not doing any more resets on the motions to revoke. All right, state.
Step back and.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may then, on the two new cases, can we agree to get those reset? Can the court grant me a reset on those?
Let me see about this.
Very well, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I'll be here.
Thank you. All right, we are back on the record. And 2021 CR 8068 and 2021 8075 State versus April Ramirez.
Oh,
Ramirez Gonzalez.
what do we do first?
On the motions to revoke.
Okay.
All right, so we'll start with the motion to revokes. And we're picking up where we left off. So State, are you proceeding same allegation in each motion?
Yes.
Okay. And probation, this is the motion to revoke on April May Gonzalez, April May Ramirez. All right, you may proceed, State.
On about the fourth day of December 2023 in Griffin County, Texas, April, May, Gonzalez, fraud